Cliff, yeah. So,
perfect. Thank you. Cool.
all right, I'm going to call this meeting to order. Please join us in the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please.
Please note for the record that all council members are present.
Okay, adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, City Attorney, anything to report out from closed session?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Housing Authority met in closed session concerning the conditions and terms of sale of a potential property that the Housing Authority may wish to purchase under the city's first-time homebuyer program. And the authority did take a vote to approve an assignment of its option to purchase that home to an eligible purchaser and work with a consulting firm to market that property to eligible purchasers. And we will put that out on the city's website and other information so that persons within the community who might be interested in purchasing a below market rate housing unit will be informed of that.
Okay, very good.
And the council then met in closed session concerning anticipated litigation. No action was taken as a result of that closed session.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Brings us to oral communications number 1. I have no slips. Does anybody wish to speak on any item not on the agenda? Not seeing any takers. We have consent calendar. A, B, C, D. Any council members want to remove anything?
Make a motion to approve item A, B, C, and D.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and that was agreement with the Rennie Public Law Group to provide city attorney and special counsel services, received 2017 annual housing element progress report. Ordinance 621, waiving second reading, amending Title 10, the municipal code concerning vehicles and traffic, and consider approval of Resolution 2018-07, a revision in penalties for parking violations within the city of Brisbane. Okay, item 7 is old business. This item will be continued to a further council meeting, and that item is on the Brisbane Baylands planning applications, and that'll be continued to March 22nd. Is that right? Okay. All right. We have staff reports. City manager's report on upcoming activities.
Just 2 items. The next Mission Blue concert series will be on Saturday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Night. And this will feature Josh Lee and Brisbane's own Jung Hae Kim. I'm sure I screwed that up.
Jung Hae.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. And the March Star will be dropping in the mailboxes soon. People will probably get it this weekend.
Okay, and we're going to put in there about the housing?
No,
No?
we're too late for that. We'll have that in
That's
April.
okay.
April.
All right, thank you. Mayor Council Matters, item A, countywide assignments, subcommittee reports. Anybody want to start, or anybody have anything?
I have 3.
I have 3.
So 2 of them were ones that I filled in for others, and I didn't have my notes last time. So I made sure to bring them so I could update you guys on what happened at the meetings I filled in for you. So I'll start with the round table. So we elected a vice chair, which was Ricardo Ortiz from Burlingame, I believe. And so Ivar Sotero from the SFO airport director, he gave an interesting report, and I'm hoping that I'm summarizing it right, but basically it said that properties in the 65 CNL noise contours who have certain noise levels within their homes may be eligible for noise abatement remedies like new windows and insulation. So people who like previously denied those upgrades can reapply for those, or people who've already had updates done that are now outdated can get an upgrade on those. And this would be initiated in the new budget year beginning July 1st. And they're working closely with United to, I think, get money for some of these updates. And I think they're going to work to partner with other airlines to help fund this project, if I understood that correctly. They did speak with Kalita Air, and they were like 3 different airlines that had really poor shoreline performance, and Kalita Air was one of them. Mm-hmm. They did have a discussion with them, and I guess they're a new airline out of SFO. They've just had planes in SFO recently. Them have been an airline
had a
that's
complaint 2 years ago.
I don't know.
That's the one that strafed our homes and woke everybody hit the floor thinking it was crashing.
So anyway, they had got a talking to.
Good.
And I guess they've improved since. And then the next roundtable meeting, they're asking a woman named Mary Ellen Egan. She is an aviation noise consultant. She's going to come. They want to have her come and discuss adverse health effects of airplane noise. So she's going to give a presentation on that. We also did go over whether we wanted to add representatives from Santa Clara and Santa Cruz counties. I stated that Brisbane is very firm in its opposition against adding additional members. From the South Bay, no action was taken. It's going to be brought back to the body, and we need a two-thirds vote of all members, and not just who's present at the time of the meeting. So 2/3 of everyone who's a part of the roundtable. The general sentiment seemed to be one of opposition, which I was happy to see. We had, after some lively discussion,
Why did they bring it up?
Huh?
Why did they want to include the South Bay?
They've been wanting to do that. I think that they have that feeling that like the more the merrier, the more we can work together, then the stronger our voice will be, type of thing. Mm-hmm. And just the position that I kind of took after talking to Terry, and we discussed this a little bit at one of our meetings, was just we felt that our main focus is on departures, and that's where we're getting the brunt of the noise. Mm-hmm. And the South Bay is really going to be focused on arrivals. Mm-hmm. We just felt like that would kind of dilate the focus a little bit too much, and or dilute the focus. So anyway, I seem to get a lot of support from others with that opinion. And then Pacific is actually investigating taking legal action against the FAA. So the city attorney is contacting other cities to gauge interest in working on this collectively. Didn't get a whole ton of information about that, but I thought that was interesting. So that's update on the roundtable. And then I also had CCAG meeting for Cliff. We had a presentation from San Mateo County Energy Watch. Basically, they just kind of gave an update on like how many energy toolkits have been checked out from libraries, how they've been partnering with schools to educate them on how to save energy and energy conservation. There was a legislative update, and there wasn't a whole lot of focus on any particular bills, because that was kind of when session, I guess, was wrapping up, and there's 1,400 bills, as we know, that have come out. And so it seems like there will be another update coming soon that will kind of identify significant bills that San Mateo County would care about. And then last thing that was to note was that there's going to be a upcoming event on March 30th at Kenyatta College called Floods, Drought, Rising Seas, Oh My. And that's a conference focused on discussing water-related issues in San Mateo County. So the goal is to bring together elected officials, local agency staff, regulatory agencies, and stakeholders to kind of talk and collaborate on water management issues. So if you're interested, March 30th at Kenyatta College. And then finally, the meeting I had was a PCE meeting. Nothing too much to know other than PC is going to be receiving a sustainability award from Sustainable San Mateo County. We're going to be having our reception for that, I think at CSM, if I'm not mistaken. One thing that I thought was really interesting is they're actually looking to partner with nonprofits who serve seniors, English as a second language individuals, or other groups who are at risk of opting out of PC. And they want to partner with those groups to help spread the word about what PC is and why it's beneficial to stay with PC versus opting out and going directly through PG&E. So they're actually offering grants for nonprofits up to $10,000 for these efforts, and I actually recommended that maybe they connect with Village Helping Hands because that organization works closely with our seniors, and seniors tend to be the people who opt out at the highest rates. So that might be a great way for one of our nonprofits to actually get some money for partnership. We did appointments. It's not too big of a deal. So that was all the significant stuff. And I'm sure I had some other subcommittee meetings, but I mean, I don't. I'm sure we had some other. What do we have? I'm trying to remember what was different than the last time we reported on
Don't
this.
ask.
I think we reported out.
On economic development,
Yeah.
because that's like what I remembered.
We did.
Okay. So, sorry, those were a little bit long, but I just wanted to update you guys because you weren't there. So,
You just wanted
Go.
to extend the
Okay,
meeting.
thank you.
no, I
No, I
didn't.
know.
I wanted to be a good alternate
You're doing
You're
great.
so
excellent.
that
Thank
you
you.
didn't say, hey, what happened? I don't know.
You're doing great, Madison. That was a great overview.
Okay, that's it. That's all I
Terry?
got.
Okay, so I attended we had an open space and ecology liaison meeting with Karen Cunningham and staff to go over goals and work plan for open space and ecology, and I'm sure staff will be bringing that back to, there's a few items that we'll be bringing back to ask whether the council wants to direct open space and ecology to work on a couple issues that we felt would be well-served on the committee. And I don't know if Karen wants to give any more update on that.
No, I think that was about it.
That was about it. And then I had an airport land use committee meeting, and that was quite interesting. We had one project that was before us, and that was the city of South San Francisco that is trying to change their general plan to allow development of housing out at their Oyster Point Marina. While it was deemed to be compliant with airport land use requirements, the committee and the airport, and it's the first time I think I've ever really agreed with the airport on anything, were both in opposition to the development because it is the route that we currently use to mitigate airplane noise over Brisbane. And so by putting homes in that area, it will limit how the airport is currently mitigating some of the flights over Brisbane. So it was of major concern, and Chair Ortiz, who was reappointed for the chair, wrote a letter to the city of South San Francisco or not to South San Francisco, but to CCAG, recommending that while we gave a compliancy report for the project, we had serious concerns over the project and hoped that it would be looked at by the South San Francisco planning staff and find out how they can either change the plan or mitigate the noise and the need for us to change flight plans again and put more flights over Brisbane. So that's something that I will also bring up at the next roundtable meeting and with our citizens group at the noise committee level, because it is a really important mitigation flight path that we're currently using. So it's what gets planes out over the water quicker, and if this housing development is built, it could change that usage. Then that same day, I had a local policymakers group, which is about transportation and Caltrain. And the speaker and the topic was high-speed rail. They are talking about they were more concerned in talking about the high-speed rail, and the big concern for the local jurisdictions are mostly grade crossings and their platforms, and whether trains coming in at high speeds are going to be compatible with what their current alignment is. They're working on having their environmental impact report for the San Francisco corridor completed, but not for 2 years. I asked them specifically what their needs were for a rail yard, and they said that even at full capacity of a blended system, not even taking into account high-speed rail, there would be a need for a rail yard, and that they were giving both the east side and the west side of the Baylands equal weight in the EIR process on whether they wanted it on the east side or the west side. So they would not know for about 2 years what the outcome of their environmental studies were and what would be the preferred alignment of the track, and if they really wanted a rail facility in Brisbane. I did urge them to make a decision sooner than later, because I think that it impacts some of our planning that's going to be going on that site that's going to be happening in less than the 2 years' time. And we're going to get an update on the high-speed rail project and their business plan at our April meeting. And I think that was all that I had since our last meeting.
Okay. Karen, have anything?
I only had the one, Terry.
Just the one, Cliff?
Yeah, before I go into the heart, I have a question for staff. So, in regards to high-speed rail in their EIR, is there or has the deadline passed, or is there a deadline for when the city can make comment to what they're evaluating?
They haven't sent out a notice of preparation yet. So the other iterations, we had made comments when they were moving forward several years ago. So when they restart the process, they'll have to release another notice of preparation, and we can make comments at that time.
I believe, if I can answer that for you, that they believe the comment period would be in approximately April of 2019.
The comment period of 2019. Okay, well, if that's going to be the case, that EIR is not coming out until 2021.
No, the December, just end of the year 2020 is
2021.
December of 20 is when they're expecting to have their EIR complete.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm glad that you gave us that information, because I mean, I hope that we as a council request that they look at other locations for that rail yard, because I think it's not in our best interest to have a rail yard in the Baylands again. So, and then I was at a Heart Board meeting, and we talked about the city or the school district of Pacifica. They're partnering with Heart. They're going to be building some workforce housing units, 45-unit project. It'll be similar in the setup like the community colleges do for their workforce housing units. And the project's going to be about $22 million. Hart is going to put up a 10% loan for the preliminary plans and pre-construction costs. And then Hart will get that money back in 3 years. And then they talked about this fund that's being put together by Zuckerberg and wife. Her name is Chan. Forgot her first name. But anyways, it's going to be about $40 million or so for affordable housing. And yeah, it's nice to see that finally some corporations who have created the housing mess that we're in today are starting to pony up some money for that housing to be built in
Affordable
the
housing.
area. Yes, that's it.
That's it? Okay, I don't have any.
We did actually.
Oh, go ahead.
We had a 2x2. Remember?
No, I don't.
Well, we met with. I didn't either.
Go ahead,
So doesn't-
keep going.
So we met with Jefferson Union High School District
Parents, yeah.
and maybe some incoming parents that have kids that are going to high school potentially. Just kind of talked about the situation with the bus and getting an update on kind of where the school board is at, where the city is at, and then trying to just come together to figure out a solution. So we look like we're going to pursue trying to figure out a way to move an underutilized route from San Bruno, I believe, to Terra Nova and try and see if we can shift that.
SFO?
Or SFO, yeah, maybe SFO to Terra Nova. See if we can switch that to be a Brisbane to Terra Nova / Oceana route. We just talked about, different people that we could connect with, and so we're working on multiple different solutions. Kind of became clear that it's important to look at this from multiple different angles and try and work on many solutions simultaneously instead of pursuing one, and then if that doesn't work out, then you're just kind of running down the time. So we did go over a considerable amount of different ideas, and Clark and I have committed to, supporting those ideas for solutions, whether that be sending a letter, showing up to a meeting, making a call to somebody who, serves on a board or what have you. But it's definitely going to be a collective effort. We talked about talking to our legislators. There's all these different ideas that we came up with. So we're going to pursue multiple things, and hopefully one of those will result in a really great solution that will kind of permanently fix this bus issue that we've been facing. So.
Yeah, good luck with that. During my office hours, last night, Nancy Loxamana told me about that potential Samtrans route where instead of the bus starting at SFO, apparently there's not very many people who get on the bus at SFO, that if it started in Brisbane and then went to Pacifica instead of SFO to Pacifica, now you got a full bus.
Yeah.
Going to Pacifica, drop off the kids, and then Pacifica commuters then would get on the bus and head on back, and then to wherever they would go, and then start that particular bus in the afternoon when kids get out of school.
Yeah,
and
I don't want to raise expectations that that's going to be a reality either.
No, I'm just saying that there was, something that she brought up is, something that hope that, it could be discussed.
It's a potential option.
Potential option, absolutely.
We do
I
have.
wouldn't do anything for the extracurricular activities.
We do have an upcoming meeting scheduled with 2 members of the Jefferson Union High School District Board. I'm not
21st.
Yeah, I'm not optimistic. The superintendent sent out a letter pretty much letting every parent know that they're not going to participate in the school bus, and parents should plan for no school bus next year. And seemed like a very final sort of statement, which, to my understanding, it hasn't gone to the board for a vote. And yet this letter was sent out, which to me seems a little bit premature, but I think it's very clear that while they may want to entertain chatting with us, it doesn't really seem to be intention to actually work together to find a solution.
Yeah.
So it just seems more just...
they have no problem taking our money.
Kind
Right.
of it seems a little bit more for show than
it comes to providing something that is definitely needed for our children. Yeah, they don't seem to be really that engaged in trying to work with us.
No. So I'm not optimistic. So we're just going to go kind of the route of working together with our constituents and trying to be committed to a plan and find a plan versus trying to collaborate really with them. I think is not really going to get us anywhere with the board.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Clark, if you want to add anything about that meeting, but
No, you covered it well.
okay, that's it.
Okay, item B, city council meeting schedule. I guess we got to add March 22nd on here, huh, for the Baylands. Is that right? Yes. Yeah, okay. And,
March
Probably do a closed
22nd?
March 22nd,
yeah.
Thursday.
And then March 15th, we're going to be looking at approval of the library plans to send them out to bid. Is
Correct.
that's what the big ticket item is on there?
Yeah, and at the moment, it looks like the closed session, just a couple minor items that be 7 o'clock instead of 6:30.
March 22nd, I have two conflicting meetings.
Same.
I have the Airport Land Use Committee, and I also have the Local Policymakers Group. One's at 4 and one's at 5:30.
I have PCE at 6:30. I mean, I don't think it would be the end of the world if I missed it, though, but just so you all know what's there.
Might want to skip one.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm totally fine to skip it.
Yeah.
But I would prefer to be here.
I know.
Just want to let you all know.
Okay, so March
That I will skip
March
it.
22nd at 6:30.
But can we do it that early? I think that means Terry would have to miss
Well, I'm not gonna do a 4 o'clock meeting, a 5:30 meeting, and a
6:30.
6:30 meeting and go till midnight after working a full day of work.
No.
Just not gonna do it.
I want to skip one or two.
I would skip 2, but
Okay.
Okay.
it puts them in a problem with quorum.
So 6:30 to 8 or what?
Yeah, why don't we count on 6:30 to 8 and then 8 o'clock open session?
Got it.
They
Okay.
really had a problem with a quorum with just one person showing up?
Well, a lot of people don't show up, but
Oh, I see.
Then
yes, they do have
the
a
new additions here are one addition, one deletion, which is June 9th, which is Saturday from 10 to 3, a budget workshop, which is to
Yeah.
go over the 2-year.
I
Why
think
do
we
have
talked
to do
about
it on
that
a
last
Saturday?
time of just doing one Saturday as a budget workshop and leaving the rest of your calendar open.
Okay. And then July 5th, we're looking at proposing to cancel the meeting.
Correct. And then traditionally, we also cancel one meeting in August, and I think we can figure that out later on.
Yeah, okay.
So the June 9th, the Saturday meeting is for the mid-year review?
No. That's the adoption or the presentation of the 2018-2020 two-year budget.
God, 2 years has already gone by?
It has.
Oh my gosh.
Clay, when would you know about the cancellation of the August meeting? I'm trying to plan a vacation.
Well, actually, if you can let me know dates that, council members let me know.
I could let you know right now, the first meeting in August, want to cancel because I'm going to be out of town.
Okay. Does
Okay,
that
so we'll
work
just
for
do
the
it
rest of you?
then.
Yep.
I mean, there have been years where we've canceled both, so.
Well, and there have been, and we didn't do that last year, and I would.
Play it by ear, see what we got going.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
We should be in a position where you probably could cancel both August meetings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see how, as we approach it, where we're at. We know that things are kind of fluid, so they change rapidly.
Yeah.
Well, it might be, it just might be nice to be able to plan it
Have a break.
sooner than later if someone wants to take a
Yeah.
Okay.
in-season vacation.
Okay, I'll talk with the mayor, and if it works for August, maybe it'll work for September, too.
Okay, written communications, non-Baylands related written correspondence, there has been none. And I don't have anything regarding Baylands either. So that brings us oral communications number 2. Barbara?
You did get Brisbane 411. Does that count?
link to a website. I don't think so.
It just occurred to me, Barbara Ebel, San Bruno Avenue. I was very sorry to have missed the budget workshop on Sunday, and I was wondering if there are going to be minutes. I assume it wasn't recorded, but if there are going to be minutes or anything.
Goal setting.
It was goal
wasn't budget, it was goal setting.
Goal setting, you're right. Sorry, misspoke. Is there going to be any kind of minutes or anything from that?
Do you have anything from that, Ingrid?
There will be minutes. It'll be provided at the March 15th council meeting.
All right.
Okay, on March 15th, we go over midterm review, is that it?
That is the mid-year budget review, yes.
Okay, so in
Well,
addition to the library project.
correct.
Okay, very good. That should be a pretty good meeting. Anybody else oral communications?
Workshop, 6 p.m.
Okay.
Session 6:30. Clark, so it's on March 15th, it says workshop 6 p.m. and then closed session 6:30.
Yeah, you had budgeted a new fire truck. There's a type of fire truck, I'm forgetting what it was. But anyway, we're going to have it here. Wildland Fire. Yeah. So we're going to have it here for you to take a look at. We've done that historically in the past. So if we might actually push that up to like 6:30 and then do the closed session at 7.
Okay, so where it says workshop 6 p.m., just scratch
It's a
that.
fire truck
Yeah,
inspection.
it's not a workshop, correct.
It's a ride shop.
So we're going to change that meeting to 6:30?
6:30.
So we're meeting at 6:30. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
No, not on the 15th.
anything else? Say we're adjourned, huh? Good night.